The Trusca project was created as a reaction to the Cambridge Analytica scandal. So there was a call about science communication. We recognized that one of the things that is not being talked about very much is about how data is being used in data science. And so the motivation for us was to think about how can we deal with some of the controversies and issues around science, particularly in relation to social science and data science, to begin to understand how we can actually create a bit more trustworthy response by citizens, to make sure that things are reliable and to try and engage them in particular ways. And one way that we want to do that is by developing an online course that makes it that is available to people quite broadly, specifically looking at social scientists, journalists, and policymakers and how they struggle with the ways in which information is being used and distributed. So if people take this online massive course, this MOOC, they will be learning about the ways in which social scientists approach their work, how they actually are able to give information to people and communicate with the public. They'll learn about how journalists make their decisions in terms of what's media appropriate and how to respond to current situations. And policymakers will give a bit of a sense of how they gather information and embed that into the policy making process. I think some of those elements are about the clarity that a science communicator has to have, that they're clear about what their research is, what they have found, and how they engage the public. I think it's also really important that they understand what's needed on the other side in terms of how their science, what their findings are going to be understood and dealt with and responded to by citizens. For us in the Trusca project, we want to help them negotiate both the ways in which they produce the science, understand how journalists might see it, approach it, deal with it, and how that might actually be put into policy. And so by drawing these pieces together, a good communicator is able to sort of see the broader spectrum of what they're doing in that context.